Guys, there is a major problem with this story regarding the Nigerian singer that was beaten to death by a snake in her apartment in Abuja. Her brother is now speaking out, and it's war. He's basically describing everything that happened the day Ifunanya got bitten by the snake leading up to her death, accusing the hospital of playing a role in killing her. At this point, he's not even saying it was a snake bite that killed her. He's pretty much alluding to the hospital, the doctors who removed clothes she tied on her hand to be the ones who may have caused her death. In a recent post and in multiple stories he did on his Instagram, he cited that when Ifunanya got bitten by the snake, she called him, telling him that, "What's up? Don't panic. I just got bitten by a snake. I was sleeping and I felt a pain. When I woke up, I saw the snake and I'm taking myself to the hospital." So right now we know that she got bitten while she was asleep. Now we don't know the time of the day this happened. It's possible it's on the 31st night, but we also know that this is not her first time seeing a snake in her house. Some other people have cited that she had incidents in the past where she had seen a snake, killed it and threw it out. So it's almost as though it's not a first of its kind situation, except unfortunately this time she was asleep and the snake saw her first and bit her. So now when she tells her brother she's on her way to the hospital, she got to the first hospital, Divine Health Hospital, Trade Mall Road in Lugbe, Abuja, and they immediately told her that they did not have anti-venom, and so she had to book a ride. So this is her even booking Uber, not as if she's driving or anyone is driving her. She had to book a ride and go to another hospital she was sure would have it, maybe a more standard hospital. All the while, according to the brother, she was still on a call with him. The brother claimed that he was also on another call speaking with family members because this is an emergency. Now, he also cited that Ifunanya had tied something. She had given herself some sort of first aid. What we are told that when a snake bites you here, you tie this place to make sure it does not spread. And I think that was something. It's unclear where the snake bit her. We don't know that part. But she had tied her nearest joint with a cloth. And this is what she's using going to these hospitals to find help. According to the brother, when Ifunanya got to the second hospital, they started asking her too many questions. And he was uncomfortable because he thought they were not doing anything actively to help her. They were asking her questions that I guess maybe had to do with where were you, what time, did you do anything, did you see the snake, what's the color of the snake. I don't know what the questions would be, but I would assume once a snake bite happens to someone, hospitals will want to know the snake to understand if it's a poisonous, if it was a poisonous snake, or if it's a kind of snake that they have the anti-venom for. Because at the end of the day, not every snake is venomous. I would assume. So that could be why they were asking her the questions. But the brother, you know, as a sibling, you don't really have time for this because you already know the details. So just help my sister. Ain't nobody got time for this question. And according to him, they were on the call, and in the moment she got to see a doctor, it looked like she was getting help. The brother on the call even thought that it seems as though this is a hospital that could help her, and this is a hospital that know what they are doing. However, while still on the call with the sister, with Ifunanya, the brother remembers being told by Ifunanya that they have removed the clothes I used to tie the joints that would prevent the venom from spreading. So this is where the brother is assuming the doctors may have messed up, that they untied the parts where she tied herself, and immediately they did that, they also started giving her some sort of drip. He mentioned that Ifunanya was paranoid about that move. He too was paranoid about them removing the rope right away without even doing anything prior. But the doctors kept saying, calm down. Then we kept telling her to calm down. Now, it's not clear what the brother is alluding. From what he may have alluded, he claimed that the hospital claims that when she came to them, she was already slurring. She was already being affected by the venom. But the brother is fighting back, saying that he was on the call with her the whole time and she was very active. This is a girl who would use her both leg to go to the hospital. When she was in the hospital itself getting questioned, she was still talking. At the moment, from the brother's perspective, that Ifunanya started slowing down was when they took off the cloth she tied and then started giving her the drip. It was from the drip moment that she started becoming reactive to what we presume to be the venom from the snake bite. He even shared a picture of her being put in a drip, and I think somewhere in the drip, part of her body was tied too. Now, nothing was said about poison being sucked out. Growing up, we're told when a snake bites you, you tie one end and then suck out the poison, but it wasn't stated. I guess the medical practice or the medical method of dealing with snake bite is different because we don't know what they did. The moment the clothes she tied around the area she suspects she was beaten was removed by the doctors, they got her in the drip. Now, according to them, because the hospital, the Federal Medical Center, Abuja, responded that in that drip, anti-venom was also administered, along with other things, because that's what they are claiming. They are also claiming that they attended to her promptly and did everything that they would have done ordinarily to anyone who suffered a snake bite. They claim that all standard emergency protocol was followed. And I guess this is in response to the brother talking about them asking her unnecessary questions, because the hospital is responding bit by bit in a way to what the brother put out there. So they claim that the questions were part of the protocol. But here is the part here. This is the part the hospital are saying that at the time she came, she had already started developing neurotoxic effects from the snake bite. So I guess they are sort of alleging that the effect of the snake bite was already taking its course on her before she arrived there. Because when they started giving her and following up protocols, she started deteriorating. Remember, they claimed that she was already slurring in speech, already acting dizzy, but the brother is saying no, that he was on the call with her and she wasn't. Well, I guess maybe the hospital would have seen it to know. Maybe, I guess, I'm not sure who to believe here, because I know most times hospital wants to save their self and save their ass. But at the same time, it's also possible, given that she had gone to another hospital first, had to book ride, and these rides take forever to come, all the while there is not enough time. But the claim also that she tied her hands and that should have given her ample time to get help. But the moment the hand was released, I feel like that would have been the time the venom would have spread very fast, especially when they now give her drip. I don't know what the drip is for. They claim it's anti-venom, but if a drip is injected in you, the drip goes and flows into all your bloodstream, which also pushes and spreads venom apart. So if the venom is there in the bloodstream already, the drip, whatever drip you're adding, will push it. It's like trying to use water to flush water. It's going to, push away the stuff, and the water is going to spread everywhere. But I guess if it had been done almost immediately, she would have had a fighting chance. They even claimed that they wanted to take her to an intensive care unit, that's the Federal Medical Center, but her condition had already worsened before they could do so. They tried to resuscitate her, but they were unable to. The FMC, Abuja, that's the Federal Medical Center, are rejecting the allegations of negligence. From what is being reported, they are claiming that they were not negligent, that they responded adequately and not inadequately, and that they definitely had anti-venom which they administered to her, but unfortunately, the venom had already taken its course. The only thing is, the brother of Ifunanya believes that the mistake the doctors made was to not do anything before unwrapping the clothes. And I, as a layman, because I'm not a medical doctor, I would see the same thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I agree that the hospital did everything to the best that they could, because again, in their defense, she had wasted enough time in a hospital that could not help her. So only God knows what the time frame, and give or take, to leave her house to finally get to the hospital that would help her would have at least at most taken more than 30, 40, if not an hour. So that is also enough time for the blood to circulate. You can tie your hand to prevent circulation, but it's only not going to, slow circulation of whatever. Your blood will still find a way to flow. It will be small, it will be slow, but it will flow. So the venom, wherever she was beaten, would have still find its way slowly, even with the help of being tied with whatever she was tied with. That does not prevent blood circulation, it slows it down, especially if it's not tied properly, and especially if it was tied for over 30 minutes or an hour plus. The blood keeps flowing. A little bit of that venom would have moved straight to her heart. And in my mind, I'm guessing that the fact that the brother knew that that hand or that place was tied up and the doctors took it out, that is where he's using and holding against them, because he thought, and I agree, that that was not the best move. I would agree that that's not the best move too, because that is all we were told. Tie one end, suck out the venom. If they had probably done something before taking it off, maybe it would have been a lot more easier for those of us who don't know the process to see that, you know, they did their best. It's really unfortunate. It's sad. I really feel bad in times like this. It's really one of those things where you hope. And the first hospital that did not have it was just the delaying factor. How I wished she went straight. I'm just guessing she went to the closest hospital. I'm guessing. And the fact that she had seen a snake in her house before, honestly, there is no way I would see a snake in my house and still be able to stay there. Or at most do something about it. Find out where the snake came from. Lock doors, lock. That's the thing, even no matter how protected I am, I close my bathroom door and make sure that there is no escape path. Even for cockroaches or for roaches. Kitchen door closed. Like, I love closing doors in my houses. The rule of not closing your bathroom door would let things in there come into your bedroom. Not closing your sitting room door would let things come in. I hate, close all the doors. Even my wardrobe door, I close it before I sleep, because I don't know what's in there or who is in there. Stories like this are really painful, very heartbreaking, and very unfortunate. And also, another thing again that I think would have also played a role in this unfortunate is the fact that she went by herself. The fact that she had to rush herself to the hospital. How I wished someone was there. It's see, these are times like I don't know, was somebody there? It wasn't mentioned. There are times like this where you need friends, you need a partner, you need somebody to be there to really take you. A neighbor, somebody would have gone with her. The fact that she had to go by herself is just not it at all. It's just not it. It's not it. It's not it.